Nice pokey over.
An avalanche of options off that dig from her partner. Casey Brown decides to take it on second contact. Set point, 10-5.
Tough ball for Thomas, and she bangs it cross court.
Luke, it'd be a tough ball if it was a lesser athlete, but Morgan Thomas elevates, fires, sides out with ease. Into the net from Thomas there.
Casey Brown back to serve. Looking to close this one out. And a short roll shot for the kill. Fights off that match point.
Danielle Kroen serves in, handled by Brown. She goes behind. She fires Doug. Thomas bump set. Danielle high line. Not Doug. That's a point. 6-10. And a side switch because that is divisible by 4.
Casey Brown obliterates that one cross court.
Casey Brown was like, hey, remember earlier on center court when we just swung at everything as hard as we could? Let's do that more.
And that is set 1, and we are just going to let them fire it back up for set 2, so do not stick around.
They have the length of the U12 timeout from earlier, so everyone gets one swig of water and sprints back to center court.
That is very nice, but they're going to have their in-between set timeout, and they get at least 8 seconds.
Welcome back to center court. You watch the finish of Rachel Aird and Casey Brown defeating Danielle Kroen and Morgan Thomas 11-6 in set number 1. We are jumping right into set number 2, and how about jump in with a difficult float serve. Now a free ball for Brown. Middle set, turns it line. That's a quick point for Aird and Brown. Getting Kroen and Thomas out of system right out the gate.
Maybe they're practicing. Maybe they might play tomorrow. I don't know.
Kroen goes deep, cut court. Jumbo.
Danielle Kroen drops it in the deep angle for the side out. They chose Joe one.
1-0 game. Set number 2 between these two squads. Or two pairs. I don't know if 2 people counts as a squad. That's for a debate between you and your friend. Nice dig. Kroen keeps it alive. Oh, but it's taken care of by Brown. Nothing more deflating than a great dig being absolutely brushed aside and put down by the opponent on the other side. Morgan Thomas rejected. Casey Brown is everywhere.
Especially if they're Brown.
Two 2-0 lead for Aird and Brown. Thomas, another swing. This one gets by. Dug up by Aird, but it was just too quick of a bang-bang play for Brown to land and get her arms around. Good side out. Kroen and Thomas. Nice reach there by Aird. Very high contact there, putting him in the deep corner. Around the block. Nobody's home back there on defense. Impressive stuff from the side of Aird and Brown, who have all but clinched a spot in tomorrow's Women's Pro Playoffs. And you are watching the 33rd Annual Pottstown Rumble live from Pottstown, PA. Too many touches on the side of Aird and Brown. We've had Women's Pro Pool play going on all day long. Women's bracket play starts up tomorrow, and men's pool opens up tomorrow. We'll have both of those streaming here on the Pottstown and AVP YouTubes, as well as Facebook Live. There's also a ton of other events going on here. You got a lot of youth tournaments, youth divisions. We've got men's and women's triples. A lot of exciting action across this giant landscape that is the Pottstown Rumble, its fields and its satellite fields. But here on center court, the women's pros. Kroen and Thomas earn a point, trailing 1-2. Brown, it's tight. She reaches off the block, makes a little money sign, points to her partner, says, "Thank you for trusting me, putting it tight, and letting me go to work." Good pass there by Thomas. Swings into the block of Brown. Brown flexing those arms. Holding her spot, not letting anybody get by.
I was going to say, last time I was rejected by Brown that hard, it was college application time.
That is a side switch. Aird and Brown up 3-1 in this second set. Took the first 11-6. Good high poke there from Morgan Thomas.
Classic Westchester grad.
Yeah, they pass those degrees down.
If they get one as Joe Kroen after 7 years, anyone can get one.
I think that was just to get him out of there. Causes too many problems.
Morgan Thomas next, sir. J-Lo's pass from Aird.
Aird takes something off it. Thomas scoops it up. Now she puts some more on it.
You said J-Hook. That was the letter, I think, in that alphabet that you said.
Nice scoop and swing there by Morgan Thomas.
Fun.
Work for Thomas and Kroen.
Heck yeah. What's the score down there?
2-3. Aird tried to roll a shot. Top picked up. She's like, what if I swing at the block?
Aird swings heavy. Tools the block of Danielle Kroen.
Brings Casey Brown back to serve. 3 servings, 2.
Deep seam, good pass from Thomas. She's off 10. Short angle. What a shot from Morgan Thomas there.
The no-looky cookie.
Are there any vendors serving cookies out there, Luke?
There's gotta be.
Nice shot from Thomas.
But deliveries are always the
Gets the side out, trailing 3-2 or 2-3 on their end. Brown takes the reception, takes the open net swing, but Thomas eats it up and then barks back.
I love it.
Scoop and deliver.
The scoop, determination. What a series of events from Morgan Thomas on that ball.
Letting your defense turn to offense, nothing better than that feeling. Good dig, partner sets you up in a good spot, and you take care of it.
Knotted up a 3 apiece.
Aird handles the tough serve. It goes outside the block. Thomas can't believe it. Thought she was taking away the angle. There's always more angle, folks. Knotted up 3-3. Danielle Kroen is going for the shorty, saw the vision, saw the opportunity. Not enough on it. 4-3 Aird Brown. Option ball. Thomas gets the side out.
Option ball from Thomas there proves to be the correct recipe. Side out. Thomas test Aird.
Aird with a bouncer.
Aird swings hard.
High and around the block.
Side out.
I've never heard that.
Kroen and Thomas, some more St. Petersburg, Florida Floridians up here at Pottstown.
Thomas picks up and
Goes for the jumbo, and she gets it.
That jumbo is dialed in. That ball was 100% going to land.
Rachel Aird reaching as high as she could to try and bring it back in. Could barely get a hand on it. That's a crafty roll. Casey Brown knows what she's doing. Good in-system pass. And Kroen sides out on her end. 1 point game, 4-3 to the favor of Aird and Brown. Morgan Thomas able to fire an ace. Earn a point and a switch for Kroen and Thomas. We are tied at 4 here on center court. The 33rd Pottstown Rumble. Quick water break during the side switch. Aird. Sharp cross.
Aird trains hard angle for short angle on that ball. Side out. And this stayed lined up at 4 apiece.
Tied at 4. Kroen gets herself a good pass and puts it down that line, going back to the jumbo. A couple points over the head of Aird, unable to bring it home.
Not liking this stalemate. I think we're going to see a throw serve here with a little effort.
Only time will tell.
Great high pass. Aird down the line.
Surprising everyone. Another side out.
Aird.
There is an ace.
Getting an ace off the arms of Danielle Kroen.
5-4.
Or Morgan Thomas, rather. Catches Thomas high. A little bit of movement on that float. Now 5-4 game. Heads Kroen's direction now. Kroen, big swing down the middle.
I think there's a Danielle Kroen fan section over there. There's 6 mutes, I think. They can only signal with their arms.
Oh, and they just start the wave as well.
I don't know if you can call it a wave. I think it was like a spurt.
Ooh, it's the start of
Side out, side out, side out.
Your back tied up again.
Well, I lied. That was actually
I love it.
an earned point.
See what Morgan Thomas could do.
And that's another earned point. An ace serve. Kroen and Thomas, 6-5.
She learned that from Adam Roches. She was reading his skills from the stone tablets he left behind.
Ooh, a tight ball at the net. Kroen gets to it first, swipes it down. And now Kroen and Thomas up 7-5, earn the side switch. We got a 2-point ball game. Kroen and Thomas leading Aird and Brown here on center court women's pro volleyball action. Another tight set, and Kroen back-to-back points up over the tape, making her presence known up at that net. Lead grows to 3. Another tough serve. Here comes Aird. Thomas in the right spot. Aird unable to get there. Neither is Brown. Morgan Thomas gets the dig, gets the kill. Dolly Parton 9-5. Well said.
9-5 here at the Rumble.
That serve carries a little too long.
Serve goes deep for Thomas after earning 5 consecutive points.
Now Aird and Brown find themselves trailing by 4. They won this first set 11-6.
Brown had back to serve. In the seed, good pass from Thomas.
Thomas, high line over the block.
Can't get to it.
Efficient side out, Kroen and Thomas. Game to 11. Kroen and Thomas up 9-5. Side out scoring. Every team is always in a game, no matter the score.
Aird amps it up.
Here comes Aird. Aird sneaks it through.
Into the cross.
Making Morgan Thomas laughing. So where did you put that? A little bit of tape love and snuck under the block.
And in the sharp cross. And in the short cross.
Everything cross. Hot cross bus.
Ooh, option take. Kept alive. Sits in the net for just a second. But no bueno.
Earns the side out.
We have a timeout on the court by Airden Brown. We'll take a quick timeout too.
Look around and maybe check out a vendor. Maybe Ideal Brew. We know we have some fantastic tacos. I recommend the 4 tacos. Delicious.
If you can't get 4 tacos, get at least 6 or 7.
Or 8.
And if you have leftovers, bring them over.
And maybe slurp down a lemonade. I see Annie Ann's over there. I don't know.
And folks, after this match, don't go too far. We will have our 2025 Pottstown Rumble Hall of Fame induction. So you'll want to be out here when we recognize some of the legends of the game.
We're back after the timeout.
Air passes it up.
Air big swinging.
Cross court.
She loves that cross.
She's swung at it cross court. Are you sure?
Yeah, we're going to need some grass replacement over there.
Luckily they switched sides, otherwise this field really would be worn down.
Airden Brown still find themselves trailing by 4, 9-5. Kroen and Thomas on top. 5-point serving run by Thomas. Gave him that nice cushion. Thomas open net. Oh, and what an open net dig, but they can't wrangle it out of the net. Casey Brown, nothing but a big swinger in front of her. Stepped in, got the ball up, but that's all she could do. Ooh, serve catches aired a little bit high, but her partner saves her. Gives her a good set.
Big swing side out from Rachel Aird.
Stuck in a side-out battle here once we hit 9-5. Neither team budging from their serve-receive spot. Good pass, good set. Kroen
Aired with the dig.
dug up,
Brown bangs it through.
but then forces it through. Couldn't tell what side that was on. Brown
A score check.
gets the point, 6-9.
That is my favorite.
There's a man in a green shirt with a delicious looking sandwich. I'm not sure where he got it, but
Ooh, just a smart option.
jealous.
Cool things down. Things cooling down a little bit here at the Rumble. We've hit nearly 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Nothing like making the people watching volleyball.
Mostly a perfect weather day here in Pottstown, PA. And there's the service pressure, and there's the ace. Morgan Thomas. And they have set point at 10-6 after the switch.
A possible set point.
But folks, even when this action wraps up, do not give up your seat. The Rumble Hall of Fame induction will be coming shortly after the conclusion of this match. So hold your spot in that bleacher.
Casey Brown, nobody up, nobody home. Good side out for Airden Brown, but they have their backs against the wall. They need to earn some points. Thomas earns a side out, falls to the ground, and
A little bit of an awkward landing.
is going to take a timeout there. Landed awkward and is grabbing onto her shin. Not something we want to see. Maybe she just feels a cramp come on.
Cramping. If there's anyone,
Yeah, she feels a cramp instantly, knew what she needed.
Or a pickle,
Her friends and fellow pro players getting her some water.
Any pickle juice.
And there are calls for pickle juice.
Center court. Please and thank you.
Sometimes those cramps, they just come on and it's an instant. It's like you're getting shot or torn down in a part of your leg. You got to massage it, get some electrolytes, get some water. Kroen and Thomas 1 point away from taking this set and splitting them, not the match, but splitting the 2 sets. But the bigger concern, the cramp and the health of Morgan Thomas.
Big shout out to this fan showing up with a deep jar of pickles.
And we have a fan delivery of pickle juice, a jar of pickles. Getting a warm welcome from the crowd.
Chug, 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 chug. Oh, that's not a deep enough tip. Also, this is prime video content.
Thomas still on the ground, eating bananas, drinking pickle juice, a gross combination in any other context. Well, still gross in this context, but doing what she needs to, getting massaged out a little bit. These are some high-level, professional-level ballers, and, you know, if something's keeping them on the ground, it's providing a lot of discomfort, a lot of pain, so these cramps, nothing to mess with, nothing to roll your eyes at. That's why you can see the seriousness of all of her friends and fellow players. Looks like we're getting close to standing up. She seems to be in good spirits. Still doing some massaging. Finishing the banana. Maybe I jumped the gun. Everyone's sitting back down. I'm going to take a rest.
Morgan Thomas back on her feet. Pickle juice ingested. Banana halfway down.
Morgan Thomas able to get up off the ground, back on her feet. Hopefully has enough energy and pickle juice and banana ingested to tough this one out. Her and her partner Danielle Kroen 1 real point away from winning this set. They did drop the first set to Rachel Aird and Casey Brown, but these are talented and prideful players, and Morgan Thomas, most likely, if she can, she's going to want to finish this one out. Here we go, back underway after the medical timeout. And the serve goes long. Incidental icing by her teammate. Icing is in letting the server rest and get cold, not icing on a cupcake or something like that. And Morgan Thomas, a little shuffle, a little cut, not getting off the ground at all. Certainly gutting this out and not able to play here at 100%, but she's playing through.
Morgan Thomas rips the flow serve.
This one comes to Brown, back set. Owen Brown sends it long, and that is the game. Kroen and Thomas able to tough it out, get the second set win. Fantastic effort by Kroen and Thomas. Rachel Airden, Casey Brown getting the split 11-6. 11-6 both ways. A win for each team. Fantastic volleyball, women's pro volleyball here from center court. More great volleyball coming up later today and later throughout the weekend. From the 33rd Annual Pottstown Rumble, I'm Noah Chast. Feel free to tune back in.
1-2,